Hello, guys. Now we're going to talk about the results and discussion part of report writing. Let's talk about the results first. What is results? Well, it's basically graphs or charts that represent data that was collected during the experiment. Yeah. Take a look at these three data sets and think for a moment what kind of graph or chart is better to use for each data set. You can pause the video and think which graph and chart would be the most appropriate. All right, let's take a look. So for the first one, a pie chart would be the most suitable. Why? Because the data set shows percentages. Whenever you have something out of 100%, it's best to use a pie chart. The second one shows the years and some kind of numbers. And whenever we have years, the change through time, is best to use a line graph. However, a bar chart can also be fine. And the last one has a lot of information you can see here. So there are several options you can try. You can use a double bar chart, or if you had years, you could use double line graph, right? But here there are no years, so a double bar chart or triple bar chart would be fine if you have some more information. However, you can also break it down into two separate graphs. You don't have to have only one graph for the whole report. There can be several, yeah, 1, 2, 3, as many as you want that clearly represent data collected. Take a look at this chart and think what is wrong with the chart? What is not clear here? You can pause the video and think about it. All right, let's take a look. So first of all, the title of the title of the chart is not very specific. It's a number of people. Number of people what? What? It's not clear. It's too general. Doesn't say anything. And here below, under a chart, under the chart, there should be a caption. A caption is something like figure 1 or graph 1, chart 1, and then colon, and then the name of the chart, which shows specifically what the graph is about. All right. The numbers, well, yes and no, depending on the context, but there should be the name of the axis. Okay, there should be the name of the axis. Like, what do these numbers show? Yeah, it's number of people. However, sometimes we write 1 or 2 or 3, but we mean 1,000 or 1 million or 1 billion. So if it's like, be careful with that, right? If it's 1 billion or 1 million, you need to definitely name this axis and show and say population, comma, million, yeah, or thousands or something like that. Then we have these orange, blue, and purple bars, but we don't know what they mean. What these orange bars and blue bars and purple bars mean? What are they about? We see here only months: August, September, October, November. But within each month, what is this? And what is this? And what is that? We don't know. That's why we need to add a legend saying what each bar means. All right, let's look at the sample report. Take a look at the sample report. This is one of the graphs used in this sample report. Take a look at the hypothesis and say if this graph proves or disproves the hypothesis. Pause the video and think. All right, hopefully you've done that. And if you look at the hypothesis, which is in the introduction, it says that the most beach debris is made of plastic. And actually, if you look here, and it clearly shows, if you use a pie chart out of 100%, it shows that plastic looks much bigger than the rest. Yeah, I mean the portion of plastic is bigger. So we can say that, yeah, it proves the hypothesis. When you make a chart or a graph in your report, it is very important that it matches the hypothesis. If there are there are some charts in your report and none of them is related, like that, none of them shows if the hypothesis is true or not, well, this is wrong. This is very, very wrong. Now look at the sample report again and the discussion part. Pause the video and answer these questions. You can highlight, underline information in the discussion, and yeah, you can pause the video right now and then we'll discuss some of them. All right, well, okay, I think the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 questions, it's just easy to see the answers for if you read the discussion and you underline the answers. Okay, I hope you've done that and you have found the answers. Let's look at the statistics. What is the purpose of the statistics in the report? You can see in the discussion there is like 46%, 8%, 11, 9.9, like some numbers. What is the purpose of this of statistics in the sample? Well, actually it supports your point of view, or it supports what you're trying to say, just like you did in the description, graph description. Yeah, you need to use statistics in a discussion when you write discussion, right? All right, which part of the discussion is written in the past? Well, if you look at the sample here, it's kind of a mixture of present and past. Yeah. So there are some sentences written in the past, some sentences written in present, and it really depends if you talk about the explanation of the results. Yeah, explanation of the results should be in present because you talk about general scientific or just general facts. Yeah, but if you talk about like you discuss the results of the experiment that has been already conducted, you can use past. Yeah, because you talk about something that kind of happened already. For example, there's a sentence like there was one unexpected result. Why was? Why not is? Because you talk about the experiment that was in the past, right? And you found one unexpected result. And again, when you talk about explanations, explanations like what? For example, at the end, you can see here the reasons why, blah, 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 blah. There is also a lack of suitable garbage bins, right, on the beach. And that explains a huge amount of litter, right? So this is a general fact. So when you talk about explanations, you use present. All right, here is what I want to draw your attention to is the language you use in the discussion part. When you talk about results, yeah, you can use these for phrases, okay? And then when you explain the results, you can use these too. Yeah, of course you can use something else, obviously, but these are just suggested phrases for you to think. So in discussion, you do two things. You talk about the results, what the graphs show, right? And then you explain this using different sources. Yeah, use information from sources. Okay, so what you need to do now, you need to make graph or graphs for the fertilizers report and write a discussion. All right, and here's a checklist for you to see if you have mentioned everything. All right, that's it.